I'm Kate Karp.
And I'm Judy Crumtpon.
We're both from the Pet Post.
And we're here today to talk to Mr. John Keisler. We're at Long Beach Animal Care Services, and John is kind enough to take us on a tour.
Well, welcome to Animal Care Services. I really appreciate you guys coming out to visit us. We try and encourage all residents to come and stop by to see if maybe there's a cute dog or cat for them. So
Thank you.
Let's go on inside.
Terrific. Let's go.
Many people come in here to either renew their licenses, they may be redeeming a pet that we've impounded or found stray, but over 100 customers will come through here today and do many different things. These are our customer support clerks who manage all that. We also, each of these clerks will get about 50 calls a day as well, so you can get a sense of the volume. Just today, likely we'll intake over 50 animals. Usually our monthly average is around 1,500 to 1,600 animals who come into the shelter per month, so that's roughly over 50 a day that we provide care for. And to give you a sense too of the volume of animals that are either left stray or that are dropped off on an annual basis, last year we cared for 12,400 animals in this shelter, and we'll show you where we do that. One question that we often get is, why did you change your name? From Animal Control. They say, why did you go from Long Beach Animal Control, which we're familiar with, to Long Beach Animal Care Services? And the reason is because we provide a lot more than just law enforcement, a lot more than just our field operations. While we do answer 21,000 calls a year for service, 11,000 of those are priority one, bites, injuries, emergencies. That's a big workload. But when we bring those animals back, we provide care, and 24-hour vet care is provided to the animals. One of the major changes we've made over the last few months was to provide a pet finder online, and that kicked off in late May. And what it does essentially is it provides a photo and a description of every animal that we bring in the door. Over 200 animals a day. We update the pictures in the morning and update the descriptions. And like the resident we just left with her dog, that's very helpful because some people come in and it's too late when we're already closed, or maybe they can't come on the weekend when we're open. So they can check Pet Finder and give us a call. We get together with residents and we find out where we can do better. One example that kept coming back to us was that our internet, our webpage needed to improve. And moving from animal control specifically to animal care meant that we needed more resources for residents about how they could care for their animals. And so if you went on the webpage in March, you would see one webpage that basically had our hours of business. Now if you went to longbeach.gov/ACS, Animal Care Services, you'd find over 35 pages of information about how you can take care of your animal, and that's where the animal care comes in.
And I want to tell the viewers that my jaw absolutely dropped when I went on the web page, and it's true. Suddenly there was everything you could want to know and more about pets, about wildlife, about the coyote problem, updates, adoption. It's amazing.
This is actually one of the most unique shelters in the world, and because of our partnership with the Society for the Prevention of Cruelty to Animals Los Angeles. And one of the things that's really positive about the relationship between SPCA and the City of Long Beach is that SPCA helps to adopt thousands of animals a year through their services, and they help with the screening of the animals, the animal care, and many of the animals that come through Long Beach Animal Care Services will eventually move over to the SPCA side of the shelter and then be available to adoption for the public. Now, one of the questions that you had asked me is, well, can people adopt from Animal Care Services, and how do you manage that? Well, we actually meet on a monthly basis with our Adoptions Coordinator Committee, and that group of people help to shape the direction, the policies, and the communications with rescue groups. We have about 35 registered rescue groups. They're 501c3 status, and we do background checks on them to make sure that they don't have any prior issues with regard to animal care and handling. And then those groups provide, a good example would be AMRT or the Friends, that provide, act as like a broker to help adopt some of the animals that may not be adopted by SPCA. They help to broker those adoptions so that people can adopt from Animal Care Services. Well, something else I want to point out is that something that makes this facility so unique is that we have open air and access to sunlight 24 hours a day. Well, not the sunlight, but open air. And you can see that this allows for healthier animals because they can interact with the outside environment. You can hear and see the birds and the trees and the plants. They get to see all the action. You can see that it's very important to keep animals' minds and bodies active. And one of the great things about this facility is that they have access to the outdoors. And so 24 hours a day, they can choose to go inside or outside. The floors are heated, and there's air circulating throughout the day. That cuts down on disease, and it also promotes decision-making, which keeps them adoptable. You're not going to see another shelter in the state of California like this. This is very unique, and this is very special about what we do. The one other thing that we've done recently, somebody asked about volunteering, and you can see Buddy here is actually playing with his Kong, which is part of a toy drive to improve the kennel care.
Well, he is the talker. So you can see what a toy can do for an animal and how it can cut down aggression and boredom with a simple Kong toy. It can make all the difference in the world with an animal.
Only people were like that, huh?
Yeah, don't get me started.
They are.
Where can people find out about all these the things that you're going to be doing so they can become involved?
Well, the first way you can do is just visit the website, and you can send us an email or a phone call. I think that you both have done that, and I think that even though there's some days when I'm stuck in a series of meetings, I'll try and get back to you by the end of the day or the next morning.
Do you send press releases out?
We do send out press releases. We're trying to send out a press release about every other week now because of all the things that have been going on and all the improvements that have been made to our existing programs. However, if you are interested in joining a committee, a standing committee like either adoptions or, for instance, a community coordinator committee, all you have to be is somebody who's concerned and somebody who is willing to be part of the solution. And you're welcome to give me a call and we'll put you on the distribution list.
And this is part of the exciting changes that are occurring here. So that's great.
Absolutely.
That's super.
Oh, thank you.
This is love, I have to tell you. Look at this one.